Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my Beginner to Pro series. This is going to be sort of an updates video because I wanted to let you know sort of what's been going on with this guy. If you've been keeping up with my streams for the past couple months, you've pretty much seen all there is to see with him. I really don't play this guy off stream or off camera. I usually just play on my other characters. But we've hit 10k base fame, mostly just through farming a bunch of lost halls. I think we're at about like 50 voids and a lot of NPC chains, so let's just say I've done pretty much all that there is to do because I've reached my goal. I'm actually really surprised I managed to go all the way to 10k base fame. I thought I would die a lot earlier than that. I mean, I guess I can attribute it to the fact that I've played a lot safer when I play on this guy. I don't really take unnecessary risks, and especially in certain dungeons where I could be a bit more aggressive, I kind of chill back a little bit. But overall, I'm pretty proud of how far I was able to get him because this is my first ever serious PPE I've ever done. Well, actually technically it's not PPE anymore because I purchased a Ring of Decades with all the life pots that I got. But I guess in the very beginning it never really was a PPE. It was supposed to be just a new character. Just started completely from scratch, which sort of doubles as a PPE. But I was able to get a UB-HP ring, so if anyone complains I can just throw this back and go minus 10 HP for a UB-HP. But I wanted to update you guys a little bit on how I've been doing with my equipment farming. So this is kind of what I have for my archer. I've gotten a lot of white bags and orange bags throughout his kind of career, but I'm only showing you guys the ones that apply to my archer. We've pretty much gotten all the bows that I would ever want. The only other bows I can go for really are the Harmonious Harp, which I would have to go to Oryx 3 for. Or, maybe the T-Shot, but T-Shot isn't exactly a bow I really care about too much. It's a fun bow, make no mistake, but not really practical. Doombow kind of gets overshadowed by Deathless Crossbow. I know there's certain instances where D-Bow is actually a lot better, like Oryx 3. D-Bow probably is more important, or it does a lot more damage than Deathless would, because you just have more power per shot. But I think I'm okay with that. Quivers, I still got the T6 quiver, I got the Quiver of Shadow, so I have the Void Quiver and Javelin, which are the two that you only really need. I know I can still get the Quat, I can get the Behemoth Quiver, but I'm pretty satisfied with this at the time being, or for the time being. As for armors, I've been mostly using the T14 Wormhide, and I got the Heated Jotena, so this was not documented on stream because the time where I got this was much earlier than I expected, because if you have seen my episode 7 thumbnail, which is, search for rare equips, that was where I was going to put this, but I got the Tene 2 months ago. I do have a stream clip for it, or it's probably somewhere. I did get this on stream, which was quite a surprise, but I got it during the Secluded Thicket event. And this is pretty much the only items that you want. What I want to go after though is the Wraith's Brigandine, the one for the Phantom Archer set, because that bonus HP is going to be really helpful, or that defensive armor is super helpful. And I think in certain situations where I'm permitted to use it, obviously you can't use it during vet runs, but if I ever go into harder dungeons, I might want to use that. Ring, again, like I said, I purchased the Ring of Decades. I know that isn't technically within the grounds of what a PPE is, but if you guys are okay with me keeping it, then I can keep it. Otherwise I can just go back to a UB-HP. I got a Potato, which is an inferior crown, but also a very well-rounded kind of ring to have. I got the Source Stone, which I don't think is a good ring on Archer. Maybe in certain instances it would actually be helpful, like if I do need the extra speed or a little bit more survivability. I would have to use it in conjunction with the Void Quiver so I can just make the most amount of uses with the projectiles, but for the most part I prefer to go for just a straight up full bulk set. Javelin, which I got just by farming up those the shards, and then Revenant Ring, which I got much early on, in the first episode of the series. So that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. I know that there's a bunch of other things I can get, but at the moment, I really don't think it's realistic to expect a crown on a PPE unless they have a Shatters event. Month of the Mad God is coming up soon, and I'm really hoping that they do a rerun of all the hard dungeons, a chest event for Shatters, a chest event for Fungal, a chest event for Nest, and things like that, because I do want to stock up on all of the late game dungeon marks, because it's getting kind of hard to maintain, especially the harder dungeons, the epic dungeons. The middle or the Mighty Quest dungeons, I have someone who's generously been supplying me with any key I want at this point, and so I have no problem refilling on those, but having to do a bunch of, if I had to do 3 Fungal Caverns, that's an hour, or 3 or Havoc in the Halls. That's 2 NPC and 2 cults. I have a lot of NPC marks, but you guys get the idea. It's a lot of time just grinding, and it's not always as accessible when I want them to be, but during an event I can farm and get a whole bunch of marks because everyone's doing it. Aside from that, Void Bow I really could care less because the Deathless Crossbow is basically a Void Bow for like 100 less damage per second, but more consistent shot pattern because it shoots straight and it shoots fast. I think I'm perfectly fine with that. Quat, I don't think I ever want to quat Behemoth Quiver once again, it really doesn't matter to me. I do still want the Wraith's Brigandine, and a crown would be nice or an Omni, but I kind of feel like the only thing I can do left on my Archer, aside from continuously farm for the last couple items I want, is to either, you know, keep it, leave it as is, or do Oryx 3. Truth be told, I don't feel ready. I don't feel comfortable because most of the times that I've done Oryx 3 on have been on Warriors, Knights, or Paladins. I know what you guys are going to say, like, but Jin, you rank them really low on your list. You rank Knights as C tier and Warriors as B tier. I know that, but they still do pretty well when it comes to survivability. I've only completed Oryx 3 on a squishy class, quote-unquote, once, and that was on a Bard, my first ever O3 clear. I don't feel... I'm pretty confident, especially if I bring in like the Source Stone, and if I bring in, you know, if I go for a more defensive set and I up my speed a little bit, I can play really defensively and I can still get some Oryx 3 wins because I would like the Harp, as well as the T15 Leviathan armor. But in general, I don't think there's really much else to do with a PPE, because I never imagined I'd get this far. So I want to ask you guys something. What do you think I should do next? Should I just continue going on this character, because at this point there's not much else there is to do? Or should I start a brand new character, like maybe a second character, and work on that instead? Because it's admittedly getting kind of boring. Not that I don't like archers, I love archers a lot, but in terms of what I have to do on this guy, it's mostly kind of devolved to Lost Halls and Shatters all the time. It's relaxing, I don't have to put that much energy or effort into it, but it still does kind of, like, over time it gets kind of monotonous and redundant, and I'm thinking about maybe starting another character like an assassin or maybe a sorcerer, a mystic or something like that. I'm not sure. Usually people just play a PPE until they die, and I know that usually entails... Sometimes I see PPEs go up to like 30k base fame or 50k base fame, but this is more for the sake of a series and not really an actual PPE, because this archer is not my main. This, my wizard's my main. This guy right here. So, yeah, I need your guys' input, I need your feedback, because I've been enjoying playing this guy a lot, and I'm surprised I've gotten him that far. But I'm wondering if you guys think I should just try to get that last armor piece, the Wraith's Brigandine, and then just go for Oryx 3 and accept if I'm going to live or die, because even though I know the point of a PPE is to continue playing it until it dies, I kinda don't want him to. He's basically turned into a trophy character for me, where I just want to like mount him in my character roster and never kill him, because I just still to this day can't believe that I've gotten him this far. And I have an ample amount of fame bonuses, so of course if I die it's gonna suck, but it is gonna be a lot of feed power to get my pet to 100. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. This is mostly an update video, just want to, you know, update you guys on what's been going on, especially those who haven't been watching my stream. Well, I hope you can watch my stream, it is quite entertaining, and I think if you're down for just some nice chill conversation, maybe some background noise, if you're into that kind of environment or that kind of streamer, then I guess I'm the best one to go to. But I'm at that point where there's not much to do besides min-maxing my character, and all things considered, I think he's pretty powerful. I don't really think that many PPs make it this far. I might be wrong. Well, I think we're gonna end it off there. I don't want to ramble on a little too long because nothing's really been happening on the screen. But that's sort of what's been going on, and I hope you guys are still enjoying this series. I just want to know what you guys think I should do in terms of direction. Maybe I might leave a poll in the description if you want to go ahead and vote. But that's it for the update video. Went kind of long actually, longer than I thought. So we'll end it off here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon for the next video. Take care.